What's up? Welcome back. I'm John Stark, MacMovieGuy.com, if you're a blind film critic, and today I'm doing another Black Mirror recap. This is Black Mirror Season 3, Episode 6, Hated in the Nation. This is the second longest Black Mirror episode in history, from what I'm told. I'm still working my way through the show for the first time, but I've been told this is the second longest at 89 minutes. It's a movie. There's a Black Mirror movie if you want to watch it. It's called Hated in America, or Hated in the Nation. Sorry, I forget these things are in Britain. Hated in the Nation, the Nation. Notable stars here: Kelly MacDonald and Benedict Wong. Were two of the names that I was able to easily remember because I know who they are and I know the films that they've been in. And Kelly's definitely the lead, so it's good that I remembered who she is. She plays this kind of take no prisoners badass detective who's tasked with almost this is a nuts plot. I love this, by the way. This one was great. This is very Black Mirror-y. This is exactly what I expect from Black Mirror, delivered on all cylinders. And there are some episodes that I can say that never happened with, or that didn't happen with, or we completely went in the wrong direction. We zigged when we should have zagged. All those kind of things have happened. There have been some episodes that have really disappointed me in terms of using the Black Mirror elements, so to speak, but some that have done a really good job of it. This one absolutely takes something that's like, yeah, we could be doing this, and oh my God, that's a horrifying reality behind it. So, and has something to say too. Like the last episode, which was basically about the future of genocide. I know that's a quick way to describe that, the last episode. This one is about the future of cancel culture, and also how that can be turned around and used on you. So, watch which hashtags you use, children. Because, Anyway, so Hated in the Nation revolves around bees. So in the future, well, in Black Mirror's future, we have, and we probably have already done this, would not surprise me at all, that we've figured out how to try to make fake bees so they can pollinate. They can't produce honey, but they can do everything else. So they still have the ability to carry pollen from like one thing to another, so they can continue to pollinate. So these so our flora can continue to grow, and we can, they're a vital essence of how we even get food, is that we have to be able to pollinate plants so they can grow, including some plants that are food, not just like the pretty flowers that are in your yard, not just the daisies. Don't eat the daisies. Anyway, you should push them instead. So, bees are the enemy. So if you're afraid of bees, this is a great episode for you. You're gonna love this one. I mean, technically they're not bees. They're like robots that are dressed up as bees. So if you want to look at it that way, but basically it's bees. And there's something that happens on social media at the top of this where someone is targeted and they're reading all these terrible hashtags about themselves, and then they end up dead. And it looks like they slit their own throat. The detectives are wondering, like, what could have, they're trying to investigate the crime. They're like, no, it couldn't have possibly slit their own throat. They're like, where's the husband? We have to arrest the husband. It's always the husband. And then eventually they find out, when they're doing the autopsy, the guy doing the autopsy is like, by the way, there was a bee in her brain. It burrowed in, probably through her ear, into the pain center of her brain, causing her an immeasurable amount of pain, so much so that she would have done anything to stop it, including killing herself. And which is kind of really frightening when you think about that there's a section in your brain that could malfunction so much that would make you want to kill yourself. So that's what happened. And so they're like, well, where did the bee come from? And so they go and they find the place that created the bees, and they're like, well, nobody could have, bees don't do that. What are you talking about? Well, could somebody hack the bees? No, that never happened. So they start looking that up and figuring out where the bees, turns out somebody could probably hack it, and they might have already hacked it, and they might have figured it out. So the case becomes about who did it, and then they find out that there's this hashtag that's being used, and whichever person has been hashtagged the most, the death to whoever this person is the person who's going to die the next day, and then the next day. And so somebody dies, the second person dies, and they're like, okay, so who's trending? Is they have to try to protect the third person, and from there it just kind of gets really out of hand, and it becomes sort of a lesson on using hashtags and cancel culture, and almost and also like the what we allow ourselves in terms of technology to have around us for different reasons, like, maybe we should just protect our natural bee population so we don't have fake bees running around that can possibly ever do this. It's really haunting and chilling when you think about it. This is a great idea for a movie. I'm surprised this hasn't been done. I'm surprised it took Black Mirror to do this, because this played really well. And it plays also like a horror movie that's not really, it doesn't really have jump scares. It's not really gory. It's not anything like that, but it plays with that tension ratcheted up the whole time. That's what I loved about it. So I think this episode is great. Does it hold up? Absolutely. I could totally see this happening, which is scary. It's frightening. And that's what Black Mirror should be. These episodes should be like this. They should be mirrors into what we could go. Not, God, I keep thinking of Dan Trachtenberg's episode and thinking of how much he missed the boat with that virtual reality game episode. I think he missed that so hard. And I love Dan Trachtenberg, but that was just a huge missed opportunity for him. So this is on point. Would I do this? I don't think I usually ask myself that question. I don't know what the point in this that I would do, because I wouldn't be responsible for the bees. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody else would be making them. I can't say, like, if they're being made right now, there's nothing I can do to stop that. I can't just start learning how to build EMP devices around my house. Do I hashtag? No, I wouldn't hashtag death to anybody. No, death to, maybe death to Smoochie. I don't know if when that movie gets its anniversary release. But no, that's not my style. So I would be safe at the end of this movie, unless somebody had used a hashtag on me. But I don't know why they would. I think it would take a while for me in America to be one of the, like, I would not be one of the first 3 people in the nation hashtagged, not in this country, not in this political climate. I'm not going to say this in the video, but I was like, I know exactly whose names would be trending right now. And it'd be interesting to see how many we would make it through before somebody would turn. Would it be only 3? How many would the bees get? How much chaos would they wreak individually before going on the whole? Because pretty quickly, basically in this, he waits until the whole nation is made aware of it so they can all use the hashtag, and then he finds all of the people who would ever want to use death to in a hashtag, and then turns it on them. I feel like you could get that pretty quickly here. And the population of America would probably drop significantly. And that's really sad, but it's very true. And that's what I think Black Mirror taps into, is the truth behind these things. it's not only the fear of the future and the trajectory of our technology, but also the truth behind it. Actually, like the reality of if we're not careful, this is where we're headed. This is a great Black Mirror episode. Yes, it's like one of the long ones. You have to sit through it. It's like a movie, but do yourself the honor and favor of sitting through it because I love this episode. I'm giving Death in the Nation an A. I love this episode. I thought this episode was great. This is one of my favorite episodes. Um, it it also, by going longer, and I don't think I want to say this all the time. There have been a few other episodes where I feel like I've needed just a little bit more to expand on the story. Where I'm like, oh, well, this could go on. I could see this being like a series, or I could see this being like more. I think maybe some of those ideas, I wonder if they had been given an extra half hour, if they wouldn't have been able to complete their arc, complete their story. Because there were a couple where I was just like, oh yeah, I want more. But is it possible that even not being held to that 60-minute mark and even being able to go to like 70 or 80 minutes or 75 minutes or whatever, do what you need to do to tell the story. If they had that kind of level of freedom, would some of these episodes be even better? So, not every episode needs that, but a couple of them felt like they had some storylines that just needed a little bit more time to marinate. Anyway, I thought Kelly MacDonald was excellent in this, so check it out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.